Look here. Shedeur analyzed everything. That boy balled out all OTA and mandatory mini camp. So now, where he stand going into training camp? Is he QB number 2, QB1, QB3, 4? Where he stand at? We're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about who getting traded. Somebody getting up out of there. Somebody get your hat, your coat, and walk on out the door, because you won't be coming back. Hey, so somebody getting up out. Somebody got to go. I don't know who gonna have to go, but somebody gonna have to go. All right, so you got somebody about to leave. Then we're gonna talk about, man, look, it's crunch time now. What the CU boys gonna do? What are they really going to do? We got to talk about it, so we're gonna ride out about it. So Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That's an hour show. Y'all know we riding out. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I got a 4:45 show on them days. On that Wednesday, I'm gonna adjust the last 2 shows. So basically everything Monday through Friday, the 4:45 p.m. That's a 30-minute show, and that's college football. And then we got an evening show, and that's the NFL. But on Wednesday, I might have to adjust them last 2 shows. But hey, let's jump right into this thing. So you have Shedeur dominated. They put all the numbers up, which you can't even believe the numbers, because you see him the only one with the interception. When I seen Joe Flacco throw a pick, I done seen DG throw picks. I want to say Kenny Pickett done threw picks, but they'll say they ain't got no picks. So it'll make it look like nobody had interception but Shedeur. But we know that ain't true. So they call it how they want. But far as completions, on the attempts you had, Shedeur was head and shoulders past everybody. He was head and shoulders over every single body. They couldn't stop him. So I'm like, oh, it's like that? So he balling like that. Yeah. He's balling like that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So now where you place him at going in training camp? Because now it's what, maybe 5 to 6 weeks? And then it's training camp. Where do you place him at? You didn't give him any QB1 reps. Well, I ain't even gonna say QB1. You didn't let him get in with the first team offense versus the first team defense. Or even if you go first team offense versus second team defense. He didn't get none of that. Even second team offense versus first team defense. Like, we ain't hear him get none of that. So what will he get going into training camp? I'm assuming they gonna have him at QB2. That's what I'm gonna think. They gonna have him at QB2 during the training camp. It just seemed like the only thing they could do is have him at QB2. Because you got Joe Flacco, number 1. You didn't give him that many reps, but you know, you done bragged on him like he the best thing since sliced bread. So he QB1. The other 2 quarterbacks, we're gonna talk about what's supposed to happen to them in the next segment. But let's say they keep Kenny Pickett or Dylan Gabriel. Somebody got to get let go. Somebody. That's what we talking about in the next segment. Who going to get the deuces? Who getting up out of there? So, okay, now you looking at it and you like, all right, cool. Shedeur could be QB1 or 2 going into it. I ain't tripping. Either way. He could be QB1 or 2. I'm not tripping. Allow him to do his thing, the ball out, the cut up, the represent. He good. They know it. They know he good. They know he's out there representing. They know he's on top. They see the accuracy. That's what you want out there. You want your quarterback accurate as ever. As long as he's accurate, you're winning. So, you know you got wide receivers, running backs, the O-line. You know on offense, you're nice. So you got accuracy. It's that much better. So, okay, we're putting QB1. Let's go ahead and say Joe Flacco. It's probably who it's going to be. Joe Flacco. QB2 should be Shedeur. QB2 going into training camp should be Shedeur. But let's run some scenarios. If they get rid of Kenny Pickett, will they say, well, we gotta start training camp with DG QB2? Okay, that's a scenario. The other scenario is do some, put DG, basically, you already got your mindset he gonna be on the practice side, and you keep KP, and you say, well, he gotta get training camp reps. But I think at this point, before training camp hit, somebody gone. So it lead me to believe Shedeur got to be your QB2. But the coach said, now this is what the coach saying, he doesn't have to lock in on anybody being the depth chart wise until maybe game 2 of the preseason. So we might not know. They might play around again and still don't really give the players they real love. So we might not know then. They might just still be messing around and have it where we don't technically know what position they in. Now they might just rotate everybody through. Rotate everybody through and get everybody some first team reps since it's training camp. You know what I'm saying? So you know they gonna do something. We just don't know. Should he start off at 2? Could he start off at 1? Did they see enough that they say, you know what, that boy number 1? But he's gonna put in work. And the man gonna put in work the next 5 to 6 weeks. So when camp come back and it's training camp and it's really locked in, it's still back to what Shedeur said, that he really can't trip. He ain't stressed out. He ain't worried about nothing. He knows he's gonna lock in and ball out. He know that. I'm like, all right, cool. Lock in, ball out. All he know is he gonna put the reps up and let everything fall where it may fall. He can't control it. All he can do is control what he learns and how he performs. That's pretty much it. So training camp, you would think he going into, but who knows? Ryan Nicole, what's good? J.A. Regina E. Beverly, what's good? L. Kia, K. Haston. Crystal, what's good? Miss Mayor. Brandon, what's happening? DM, MJ. Yeah, we back at it. DM, what's good? Tia. I don't know the exact date in July, but I would think a month out from the game. So if the game August the 8th, probably what, they got 5 weeks? How many weeks we got left in this month? 2, and then the first week, the second week. So probably in the 15s, probably between the 15 to the 20 range. Yeah, probably somewhere like that. Michelle, you say, so you heard? No, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't. I didn't get a chance to look at it yet. It's Claire, you saying it seems to be almost painful for some of the commentators to admit that Shedeur. Yeah, they don't want to say it, but they know him. CeeLo, you say 40 days from the date. Well, bam, there you have it. So that's 10 days after a month. What day we on the 12th? So then the 12th of July plus 10 more days. So the 26th. I was right. In the 20s. About 15s to the 20s. Yeah, I about right. Miss Beverly, you say, Lord, we can't trip either way. Yeah, we can't. We got to roll with it. Got to roll with it. Bird's Nest, you say Shedeur has work to do. Drifting back in the pocket and taking sacks has to improve for him to be successful in the league. Well, it look like he's pretty successful now. Hey, well, but it ain't got pads on. And they'll figure out, is he down? Is he not down? But yeah, he know he got plenty to improve on. That's the whole game. Keep working, keep working, keep working. But he maintained that thing, deal. Said Colin, Shedeur will win the job hands down. Flacco needs to take a back seat. Well, he ain't sitting down. Joe Flacco say he ready. He say he ready. Booby, what's happening? You say I'm definitely team Shedeur. Pickett might have to, yeah. We're going to talk about that next segment. I think Pickett out. Sam said, hey, Colin, what do you think about Indianapolis trying to... I ain't seen it yet. I'ma look. I didn't get to check because I was doing so much. Gina, you say the Browns will milk this Shedeur thing until the bucket is empty. They milking it. I don't think we're gonna really know the real depth chart till maybe with them the week of the game, but probably the second preseason game. I think that's when the coach normally say he do it. The second preseason game. Brandon, you say you got them listed. Him at 3. Pickett gonna be 2. Just for the trade purposes. Yeah, but they gotta get rid of Pickett before training camp. Pickett or DG got to be gone before training camp. T-World, what's happening? MJ, you say Shedeur making Joe think he got a little prep. Up in his step. Hey, Till, you say how many quarterbacks does a team supposed to have? They probably gonna roll with 2 to 3. 2 to 3. But you know, Deshaun on the roster too, but they gonna get rid of him. He on the roster too, but they gonna get rid of him. I assume they will. It just seems like they will. But hey, let's jump into that next subject, y'all. So, y'all see what it is. Somebody is getting traded. Somebody got to go. I feel Deshaun Watson eventually will go. I think Shedeur has done enough. And I don't even know how Deshaun Watson got there because he had a lot of baggage. So I think he'll be on the end that they get up out of there. I think eventually they get him out of there. Now, then you have it where you got Kenny Pickett and DG. They gave them they flooded them with reps. Get your reps, get your reps, get your reps, get your reps. Now get your reps, get your reps. It didn't look good for them. They had like completing what? 50%, or a little over, or a little less. Like, it wasn't good. So, how can you trade Kenny Pickett in this? I think they're going to get rid of him. Because just like they had DTR, I think that's his name, DTR. They got rid of him. They probably looking at DG like that. God, dog got another DTR. So, they probably want to figure out a way to get rid of DG as well. So, maybe they get rid of both, DG and Kenny Pickett, or they get rid of one of them. But I think at the grand scheme of things, Deshaun Watson gonna be gone. I just think he's gonna be gone. Now it's gonna come down to DG and Kenny Pickett, or do one of them stay on the practice squad? Kenny Pickett not going to no practice squad. He's not going. I don't think he ain't gonna roll like that. Kenny Pickett ain't gonna go to no practice squad, so they got to trade him. So, all right, let's put it like this. Joe Flacco, Shedeur, and DG. And DG might get put on the practice squad to hold that down and put somebody else up. Kenny Pickett, your trade man. Because he done played in the league, he done started in the league. He been a backup last year, but he could be somebody else backup. So I'm going to put Kenny Pickett as the trade guy. Kenny Pickett going to be my guy that they get out of there. And then eventually Deshaun Watson. It just have to play out like this because you can't have 5. Deshaun, boop. Kenny Pickett, boop. All right, now you left with 3. What do you want to do with DG? Because if they band down, maybe they linemen good. Maybe they got the good D linemen because they putting their hands up. I see, not to say Shedeur ain't got none batted down, but I have seen that Joe Flacco done got one batted down. I was like, well, Joe, how you let them bat it down? And he already had his hands kind of up. But hey, it is what it is. We just got to see how it play out. But 3 quarterbacks have to get something set up. Deshaun, Kenny Pickett, and DG. Some with them 3. Joe and Shedeur, I think they good. But I will look into everything y'all saying about the Lions and the Colts for Shedeur. But I ain't been able to see nothing. When I look, I just catch kind of what I'm telling y'all now. So I think they know. That's why they gave him so many reps. Like, bro, we gonna let you rep that thing. Rep it. They gave him all them reps. Like, bro, we gave you 80-something reps. You completed half them passes. We don't want that. All right, Kenny Pickett, we gave you a lot of reps too. You ain't really complete that many. We don't want that. What we want is what you did, what Shedeur did. We don't even want what Joe Flacco did. But we know Joe Flacco, so we gonna give him a little edge because he was with us in 23. He did hold it down. Maybe Joe Flacco a better gamer than in minicamp stuff. Maybe he's a better gamer. You just don't know. I just know Shedeur was on the money. I think Shedeur, basically, the man was close to perfect, y'all. Like, some of them practices that he had, the only 9 attempts, he was close to perfect. Very, very close to perfect. So, that's some great accuracy. Now, you could say, it's no pads on. How would he do? Man, we know how he gonna do. He balled in high school. He balled in college. He balled at Jackson State. He balled at Colorado. He's balling in the OTAs. He's balling in the minicamp. He's gonna ball. That ain't nowhere around that. So get rid of Kenny Pickett, get rid of Deshaun, and figure out what you're gonna do with DG. That's just how I got to be. What do you want to do with DG? And are y'all scared to admit that you wrong? You shouldn't be. Man, just take that loss. Y'all did the man wrong. Y'all painted it. Y'all painted the pitch the way you wanted to paint it. That's over now. The man is good. Stop playing with it. PSJ, what's good? Lily, what's happening? You say Shedeur knew early it was him and again him. Yeah. Yeah, he know. He know. Ice Baby, what's good? Ty, what's happening? MJ. Curtis, what's good? Ice Baby, you say Shedeur is the talk of the league. He is. Everywhere you look up, they talking about that man. What's good? Be handy. MJ, you say, I ain't seen, well, I haven't looked for that, but I haven't seen it as I was strolling. Lily, you say the pressure is getting thick. It is. Because now we get into training camp. Like, but then, y'all, you still have to remember, they could do it any kind of way. So don't get your feelings involved. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. Yeah, I'm just going with the flow. Brandon, what's happening? I'm just going with the flow. Miss Claire, you say every morning we wake up to figure out what has changed. This feels like a game that's being played in the media. It is. It seems like only we trying to figure it out. But we see what we see, and we know he really number one, but you can say you ain't get Joe Flacco enough pass to see if he number one. Okay, cool. I can give you that. But when you add what Joe got, if Shedeur would have got the same amount of passes as Joe Flacco, he still would have a better completion record. So Shedeur just accurate, y'all. Maybe all that time, everybody's like, he held the ball too long. He held the ball too long. He held the ball. Maybe that's what helped him hit who he need to hit. Maybe other people need to do it. Bird's Nest, you say you bracing yourself for the worst. You still don't trust these people? I'm kind of just going with the flow, and I'm just let the, you know, I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. Like, I can't even trip. Like, I know he could end up being game 1 starter, or after the London game starter, or after game 10. You just don't know. They might just put him on ice the whole year. Like, you really can't call it. It just, the head coach got to win. That he got to win, and he got to have a plan for Shedeur, and he got to be done talk all that out with the owner. Cause now, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's probably so much behind the scenes that's going on. You say, I have never seen in my life that a 5th round pick would command this much attention and press publicly. Shedeur will be an NFL success this. I wanted to, but see, we know that's really a 1st rounder. That's why it's like that. That's why it's like that. They got to put an astro mark by him every time they say 5th round. They got to say the NFL did that. Doug, you say rather 2 go to Detroit? I don't think he going there. Well, I check. Rod, what's happening? B? Matters. You say they gonna let Joe Flacco start and Sanders gonna sit and watch and learn, start week 5 or 6? Yes. That could be a scenario as well. Definitely could be one. Ice Baby, you say all we can do is trust in God. Amen to that. PSJ, you say, yep, they are not to be trusted. The Browns remind me of the movie. Eventually, they got to make a move, though. Eventually, they got to make a move. Crystal, what's good? Yeah, eventually, they got to say something. V. Handy, right back at you. Selmore, what's happening? Yeah, eventually, they got to make something. Rodney, what's good? Yeah, he him. Rodney, you say you see Shedeur run his 40 yards? Nah, I ain't see it. Hey, let's jump into that last subject. Quentin, what's happening? You say they giving DG all them reps to see what we can do with him and see what, yeah. That's how I feel, too. Hey, let's jump into that next subject, y'all. The last subject of the day. Doctor, what's happening? You say, good evening. Shedeur is helping with the ticket sales and marketing. Yes, skyrocketing. Skyrocketing. Look, y'all. You have it where the Colorado boys, now all the OTAs over, all the minicamp stuff over. Can Will Shepard and Shane Coates get invited to the training camp for the Broncos? We about to find out. I think Cam, Silman Craig, and BJ Green, I think they already are locked for a training camp. After this game, after June the 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ABC, can Javon Antonio do enough in the UFL, in this final game, the championship game, the UFL championship game? Can he do enough to make an NFL team say, hey, invite him? Could the Bucks be one? Who looking for a big wideout? Who looking for a big wideout to go and do what they do? We about to see. Did Levante Bentley, will he get invited to the training camp? Then you got D-Mac. He got a ball in training camp. Because I think you could only be on that practice squad 2 years in a row. And after that, something got to shake. So, matter of fact, depending on how Xavier Weaver and D-Mac have rotated between roster or practice squad, they got to come out and get on that roster because, well, you got one more year. They got one more year. But after that, I think after this point, something got to shake. So, it's getting real, y'all. Like, the NFL is 32 teams. What, let's say, it used to be 52 or 53. Now it might be 56, 57. So, how many they keep, we don't know. Well, how many they going, because they gonna get it down now. Because when you got 90 people, you don't need 90 people. If you already got a clue of what you getting rid of. Like, you got a clue. You done seen them work. You just looking. Because some people can get invited to training camp. Like, it's going to be some guys out of the UFL, and already probably have, got invited out of the UFL to a training camp. Now you got to go shine. Hopefully our guys get to make this roster. And again, I want them to make the roster, get that NFL moolah. Let's say you get $1 million, they cut it in half. You get $500,000, but if they give you a little more, you get 6 or 7. And you pay your agent. Get you a crib. Probably buy your people some. Like, you know, just trying to do what you got to do. So we gonna see how we roll with that, man. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. You just got to do your thing and hope for the best. Do your thing and hope for the best. That's all you can do. Like, put your work in and see where the chips may fall. Because the NFL gonna do what they want to do. Y'all already know they're getting prepared for the next draft. Like they got people working on this thing. Okay, Arch Manning. Okay, DJ Lagway. No, DJ Lagway got 2 more years. The LSU quarterback. Clemson's quarterback. Who else? South Carolina's quarterback. Who's some up-and-coming guys that might come out? Yeah. So it's just stuff they're getting ready for, y'all. They gotta make plays. In the next 40 days, they better be practicing hard in these 40 days left. And then get into camp and put on a show. If you on O-line, block your hard eye. If you on the D-line, get to that quarterback or that running back. If you're a wide receiver, block, catch, and be valuable on special teams. Running back, run that thing, block, be special on special teams. Same for the O-lineman and some D-linemen. Secondary, wide receivers, do your thing, be ready. So let's put it like this. Cam probably gonna have to make the team as well on special teams. Cam got to be a special teams baller. BJ Green, I'm not sure, because he had DN. I don't really know too many spots he could be in on special teams other than maybe kick off, one of the up guys, and running down on punt team, possibly. So it's just all in how they want to slice that bread. Just slice that bread. I say not slice that bread. This is how they want to slice it. T-Shell, you say Colin. Have you heard anything about Herman Smith? No. I seen him post something, but I ain't seen what they said. 1922, you say they have until the first week of September to make the roster. Yeah, but they gonna know at the end of the preseason games. They gonna know. They definitely gonna know. JB, you say the fact that they had Tay Mike. Yeah. That was good. That was good. You know he gonna make it. PSJ, you say this here got all the football scholars scratching their head. No. Dr. Mo, what's good? Matt, you say there's no reason Block not getting a chance. None. That's how crazy the NFL is. They just pick and choose. And who gonna be able to fight about it? It's my league. Huh? It's my league. What you gonna do? Nothing. Nothing at all. I just gotta go with it. We'll know it ain't right, but ain't nothing we can do about it. MJ, you say, when is the team starting to cutting? When is the cutting starting for the teams? They cut you about it. Well, they got little phases. But the last phase, the last go round, and they gonna say, like right before that the NFL season gonna start, they gonna say, hey, these guys made the roster, these guys made the practice squad. And then people who saw somebody, they gonna be looking, hey, sign, call them and sign. So it's still an opportunity you can get cut and then pick back up. And then the team, let me give y'all a heads up on that too. You can get cut from, let's say, the Chicago Bears. But the Chicago Bears can call you right back and say, we're gonna put you on the practice squad. So they cut you, but they put you on the practice squad. See what I'm saying? So you still good in a sense. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You can get cut by your team and they still put you on the practice squad. Hey, I don't even know why we have a practice squad. Just put the boys on the roster. I guess they don't want to pay everybody that much, but in reality, that's showing you how small a college team could be too. That's really showing you how small a college team gonna be. Allen, you say you have been showing my Bears love. Well, I ain't talked about him in a while, but I do like y'all squad though. The coaching staff and everybody who the coach hired, I like that. I like that. And they talking good about y'all quarterback like he the best thing right now since sliced bread. Yeah. Virginia, you say you pray Shedeur keep his head up and get, yeah. But you do know you can get invited to the UFL for next March. Because they start again in March. So March 26th, any of the guys that y'all think are good enough, they can get invited to the UFL. They can have a shot. Double White, you say it's all about the money and some disrespect. Yeah. The NFL roll how they want to roll. Ain't no way you gonna stop them. You say the practice squad players made pretty good money, $200K to $300. For some reason, I thought it was closer to like a meal, like maybe 700,000, 800,000, or 600,000, 800,000. I could be wrong. Bird's Nest, you say there can only be 53 players on the roster, and then the practice squad. So yeah, hey, any questions before I roll? Anything y'all want to talk about before we roll? Oh, I haven't. I will look for the Detroit about Shedeur and the Indianapolis about Shedeur, but I haven't seen anything. Lily, you say your skits are throwing up the watch was hilarious. Yeah. You know, Shedeur finally threw it up on a picture or whatever, but on that day, he ain't do that. Mac, appreciate it. Anything y'all want to know or talk about? You say it could be 7 months to being on the back. Oh, yeah, okay. I like that. But you're right. The whole object is to get on that roster, boy. Lady PC, you say they testing him to see how his actions. Yeah, but you know you got a dog, so I don't know why they acting like that. Dr. Downer, you say, am I following Travis Hunter? Yeah, we talk about him almost every day. Brandon, you say, any update on Coach Prime? Nothing other than Michael Irvin was out there and showed everything but Coach Prime, but you heard Coach Prime in the back. So, nah, we ain't hear nothing. PSJ, you say, boys down to them jokers are mad at Coach Prime. Yeah. They ought to let him slide now, man. They ought to let it slide. They ought to feel like they messed up something, man. You say, is it true that Travis Hunter haven't signed his contract? I heard it a couple weeks ago, but I ain't heard nothing since. So I'm not sure. My thoughts on that rookie that for the Bengals. Somebody said he better get into camp because, he better go ahead and play because they say he's a development guy anyways. But I was like, how could you be a development guy as a first rounder? But hey, it is what it is. They say he can't afford to sit out a year, so something got to shake. JB, I just said that. Miss Kimberly, you said, I thought I saw Shedeur got MVP of the rookie minicamp. He probably did. He got probably MVP of all of it, but they ain't gonna play it like that. Salty, what's happening? No, I haven't talked to Coach Prime probably since April. I ain't talked to him since about April. El Kill, you say the young man for the Bengals that was drafted 17 trying to change. Yeah, like he say, look, I want to come out there. If I get injured, I don't get paid. So, yeah, he right for standing up on that. I don't know why they try to do that to him. They say the Bengals got a long list of trying people. So, hopefully they don't. But, hey, blessings to y'all. Play for Keys. What's happening? Pete, what's good? Blessings to y'all. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate y'all for locking in. May God bless your health, your wealth, your mindset, straighten out your path. I will be on tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. That's an hour show. Then I come back on at, I think I'm going to come on earlier, y'all. My college show, I'll tell y'all tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna come on for the college show, the 4:45. I think I'm gonna come on early on that one. And then I come on early on my evening one because then my family want to ball out. So, hey, blessings to y'all. Holla, holla, holla. Yeah.